Now the girls game, home advantage, home team. Now this game in particular has a little bit more sauce, so to speak. The Rio Hondo Bobcats, the home team tonight, they come in with a 19-12 record. They're 8-3 on the year. Meanwhile, Port Isabel is 28-3 with an also 8-3 record. Now the kicker here is, again, much like the girls team, we know that who the four playoff teams are. That it's Zapata who clinched the last playoff spot, along with Rio Hondo, PI, and of course Hidalgo. So now it's a matter of juggling the seeding, who's going to play where. Now if you're Coach Pinkerton, you want to avoid getting swept by Rio Hondo. Rio Hondo pulled that upset earlier this year, so again, a lot of playoff scenarios in this one, Joe.
The Port Isabel Tarpons sent the message across the district on Friday night when they not only beat but soundly beat the Hidalgo Pirates and lofted themselves into the tie for second place along with Zapata, who is at Hidalgo tonight, and with Rio Hondo. All three teams 8-3 in district play, and thus far Zapata, Rio Hondo, and Port Isabel have beaten one another back and forth. This is a deciding factor in the standings. Don't kid yourself. This is a big game for both teams.
Absolutely. And again, it's all about finding your rhythm and getting momentum as you head to the postseason. And again, two keys for Rio Hondo here tonight. The Rios boys will be out. Zeke Rios and Zachariah Rios are both will be out of this ball game. So we are underway from Rio Hondo. Port Isabel wins the opening tip-off. Dennis Lozano will man the offense. Here we go. Tarpons going from left to right. Cole Pinkerton over inside, off the glass and no good by Caden Martinez.
Isolation, little two-man game there, and as soon as they made the commitment to come out and charge at the ball, Cutter went right to the lane. Nice feed by Pinkerton. Now a chance to earn it at the line.
First free throw is good from Martinez, who's averaging 10 points per game. Let's meet the starting five for the visiting Tarpons. Cole Pinkerton wearing the number 2. Dennis Lozano wearing the number 4. Daniel Ritza wearing the number 12. Wearing the 21 is Jason Lowe, and Caden Martinez wearing number 23. That's the starting five for Coach Pinkerton's Tarpons. Now Jabez Villarreal, the senior, swing pass well across the court. That one's knocked away.
We'll see how the Tarpons elect to attack Jabez Villarreal. On Friday night's victory, they went all at the outright score for the Pirates of Hidalgo as they went right at Gus Sanchez. Tonight, we'll see if they're going to chase Jabez around all night.
Vasquez with a nice move inside. Rather, that's Villarreal. Count it. Villarreal coming up gingerly there. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Tie game early on here in Rio Hondo. Pinkerton with the ball, driving down the baseline, blocked from behind by C.J. Leal.
Jabez wearing that right ankle brace, and he is going to come out of the game. Circle that. A minute in, and there's your leading scorer for the Rio Hondo Bobcats on the sidelines.
Ivan Juarez now in the game. So let's meet the starting five for Rio Hondo. Of course, Jabez Villarreal started the game. He's now exited the game. It looks like to be an ankle injury. Daniel Garcia, Jonathan Ayala, CJ Leal, and then Ethan Jeremiah. So Joe, you talk about now you're down 3 guys because you're missing Zachariah Rios and you're missing Zeke Rios, and then now Jabez is now out of the game, and it looks like he'll head to the locker room. So now you're down 2 starters along with your 6th man. It's going to be some tough sledding for Rio Hondo.
That's a lot of point production that is gone. So who steps up? This is where the new players in the game find a way.
That shot is blocked. Saved by Jeremiah. That's going to be a travel, an easy call from the officials. Jonathan Ayala. Oh,
they'll call a foul
they'll
on
call
that
a foul.
The reason why he traveled is as he was coming through the lane, somebody had a hold of his arm. The official kind of getting around a player, waited to make that call, but he blew the whistle. He saw what happened. Non-shooting foul, though. He was trying to get around a player, not necessarily trying to shoot.
Juarez inbounds the ball. C.J. Leal with the ball. Look for him to try and take the reins offensively for Rio Hondo with Villarreal and Rios out of the game. Ayala with the left hand kicks this one outside to Leal. That shot's off the mark. Rebounded by the Tarpons, and here they come. Daniel Rinza, who leads the team in scoring with 17 points per game. Out to Lozano. 3-2 Tarpon lead, pass inside, picked away by Rio Hondo, and back they come is Ethan Gerardia. Gerardia to Leal. Leal back out to Ayala. Got a fun tidbit for you, Joe, here in just a minute. Gerardia back out. 3-point attempt by Juarez off the mark. Rebounded by the Tarpons. Here comes Lozano. He's averaging 11 points per game. 5:40 in the opening period. Lozano out to Pinkerton. Pinkerton directing the offense out to Lozano. He'll put up a three off the front of the rim and no good. If you're wondering, Ethan Gerardia, who his sister is?
Go ahead.
Eliza Rodriguez.
Our player of the game on the girls' game earlier today. Hey, want to send a shout out to Tim Berencius watching the game from Camp Pendleton, California. I'm going to take a long shot. Marine Corps, hoorah. Thank you for watching the game out there in Camp Pendleton, California, watching and cheering for the Tarpons.
That's a sigh of relief if you're a Bobcat fan. Jabez Villarreal back into the ball game. He seems to be running well on the breakaway. Layup is good. Daniel Rinza with a bucket. 5-2 PI with the lead.
You can't forget where Daniel Renz is on the court. He can score all night. That time he got up behind everyone. Easy layup.
Villarreal with the ball. That one's knocked away by Rinza. Pushes it up. Almost stolen away by Villarreal. Tarpons coming in heavy. Blocked from behind, but there's going to be a foul called. CJ Leal came from behind.
All right, that starts with Cole Pinkerton, who hangs on and when contact is occurring, still gets a pass over into the hands of Dennis Lozano. Lozano with a heads-up feed to Renza cutting through the lane. That's no one anticipating that someone else is going to shoot. Everyone running the lanes, everyone with heads up and willing to make that extra pass.
Rinza makes his first free throw attempt. So Ethan Gerardia, timeout on the floor. We're going to take a timeout up here. More on Gerardia when we come back. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today in Houston. In San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you, Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. 6-2. Rio Hondo with the, or rather, Port Isabel with the lead, excuse me. Second free throw attempt is good. 7-2 lead, Port Isabel.
5-point lead, 5 points coming from the free throw line already for the Tarpons.
Jabez loses the handle on that one, and it's going to be a turnover.
That's a third of the game already out of the gate for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. Again, it's good to see Jabez Villarreal back in the ball game. He did turn it over there. We'll take a look. I'm going to send a shout out to Susan Ramos, also watching from Dallas, Texas. They're watching from all over the country and the state of Texas.
Beautiful pass there to Daniel Rinza, and the Tarpons are putting it on early, 9-2 lead. 4:20 in the opening quarter. The road team with the momentum and the crowd on their side. Leal will get fouled on his way to the basket.
CJ Leal that time saw that he had a lane to the goal. Might as well take it at it. But again, we're going to have to find some scoring on the Rio Hondo side. Jabez Villarreal is being guarded right now. Also, a little ginger walking and up and down the court. But they need some scoring. Somebody's got to produce here tonight. Maybe it's Leal.
Well, Leal is going to have to step up in an event where Villarreal is not 100%, but he is back in the game and moving well. Bobcats fighting on the offensive board and one. Jabez Villarreal that kind of answers the question there.
Now, heart and soul right there. You see the elite players attacking, and not worrying about if he's injured or not. Going for the ball and then finishing strong. Chance of the three-point.
That just might be the momentum Rio Hondo needs, and Villarreal completes the three-point play. So back come the Tarpons. Rinza out to Pinkerton. Pinkerton back to Rinza. Now Pinkerton going to direct the offense back over to Lowe. Some good defense here from Rio Hondo. Lowe trying to drive it in, and ball's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Tarpons.
Now you can see 3 Tarpons were out there beyond the arc with him. Nobody really moved around. They kind of put Jason Lowe on an island. It was like, get something done. Fortunately, they're going to reset this on the offensive end.
Lozano with the ball. Driving to the lane. That's going to be a travel.
Play that off. That's a circus shot that fell in. In a game of horse, you might give a letter to a player. In that case, that's a travel. We'll go the other way.
It was a nice move by Caden Martinez. Just took too many steps. Back comes Rio Hondo. They trail by 3. Leal thought about the 3. That jumper off the mark and no good. Getting his own rebound is Garcia. This three-pointer is up and good, or off the back of the basket, no good. It seems as Rio Hondo might be trying to push the envelope just a little too fast.
They're extending right now beyond the arc, accepting those shots out there. I like what J-Bav Villarreal is doing. They're guarding him off the ball, but as soon as shots are going up, he is crashing the boards. And then not only crashing the boards, he's then going wide as soon as the ball is retrieved on an offensive rebound. Thus, he's open if they move the ball enough. He's going to get some open looks.
So coming into this ball game, we're going to go ahead and stay on the air. Rio Hondo, they clinched a playoff spot with their last win last week, breaking a 6-year drought. So it's been a while since Rio Hondo had made the playoffs. Now with Mike Alvarez at the helm, who's also the running backs coach on the football staff. 19-12 is their record. Mike said this is his 9th year here in Rio Hondo. He can't remember that the Bobcats putting together a 20-win season. So it's been quite some time. So the Bobcats can get their 20th win of the year here tonight. If they're not able to.
Yeah, like you said, a 6-year run
Yep.
without being in the playoffs is ending.
Right, so and again, this district, everyone's punched their tickets to the playoffs. It's just a matter of sorting who finishes where and who goes where. Leal with the ball, Villarreal in the game. Out to Villarreal, he'll put up a 3. That one's off the side of the rim and no good. Rebounded by the Bobcats. And Rinza will pick it up.
And now call a kick ball on that. Tarpons are like, that's an inadvertent kick, if it's a kick at all. Nothing doing. Welcome to Rio Hondo.
Yes, PI versus Rio Hondo. It's always going to be fun with these two crowds. Martinez pushing the ball here up court.
Yeah, he pushed off there. He had an intention of a step-back 3, but with the offhand, the left hand, he pushed off. The official was right there in position to make that call.
Yes, and these fans all around us are just really getting into it. We're only in the first quarter.
He's like, well, the fans are saying, what was that call? What was that call? I'm telling you, it was dribbling with the right hand, pushed off with the left so that he could free himself up with a step-back 3. Officials saw that coming, so did half the gym. They weren't wearing blue, though, Kevin.
That three-pointer is up and off the mark. Missed shot by Jonathan Ayala. Rio Hondo still well in this ball game. Despite the slow start, they trail by 3. Port Isabel, you would feel as if they led by more with the authority that they came out on. Lozano with the ball, with the left hand, driving it in, finds a lane, off the glass and good. Bank shot from the Tarpons. 11-6 now the lead. We're out again, getting back into it as we reach the 2-minute mark. Driving to the hole, kicks this one out to Ethan Jaradiah. That shot's no good. $1:52 left in the opening period. It's 11-6 Tarpons. Greenside with a nice crossover against Jabez. Off the glass and no good. Rebounded, blocked from behind by Jaradiah.
Cole Pinkerton working in there for the board. Thought he was fouled on the first one. was convinced he was fouled in the second one, tried to plead his case, showing the marks on his arm to the official. Again, welcome to PI versus Rio Hondo, and in essence, welcome to getting ready for the playoffs. Kevin, we've been covering those teams up north, the West Osos, the Sentons, the Kingsville, and physical play is waiting for the playoffs.
How about that? Dennis Lozano getting a friendly roll and a big-time three-pointer there. 14-6 Tarpons, and now the PI crowd really getting into it here, chanting defense. This pass outside to Juarez. That jumper is good, and back comes the Rio Hondo crowd. Back and forth we go between these crowds. Ultra competitive ball game here in the first quarter. Lozano again really got that friendly roll. That ball pinballed. Nice step back. Lozano puts up a three. Bang!
That's how you free up for a step back. You set him up, you cross him over, and you splash it home.
17-8, Tarpons with the lead and the momentum. That pass inside to Garcia. He'll get fouled on his way to the line.
Good post that time by Derek De La Cerda on the Rio Hondo side. He posted up, sealed his man off, and then wanted the ball. It's one thing to get that position. It's another thing to convince the guards to give me the ball. And that's what he did there, and then gets to the line.
First free throw is no good. From Daniel Garcia, 17-8, Tarpon lead. Second free throw is good from Garcia. Back comes Lozano. He's hit back-to-back threes. Passes this one out to Gilbert Medina. That bucket is good. And Medina checks into the ball game along with Josue Navarro. So Navarro and Medina in the game for the Tarpons. Some substitutions here for Pinkerton's squad. Behind the back move from Leal. Nice layup and good. Little circus shot there, 10 seconds and counting. You can bet the Tarpons are going to want to end this quarter with a bucket here. Driving to the basket is Pinkerton. Outside to Medina, puts up a three, no good. Vasquez will put up a prayer and it'll be off the mark. That's how the first quarter will come to an end. The Tarpons lead the Bobcats after one quarter, 19-11. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
D-Tronics does it all, from audio, video, alarms, tint, and more. Visit dtronics.com to see all the latest installs. D-Tronics for your auto, home, or business.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live from Rio Hondo, Texas. Start of the second quarter. The Tarpons with a 19-11 lead. Couple of big-time shots from Dennis Lozano. He's hit back-to-back threes. Back comes Rinza with the ball. Out to Lozano. He'll put up a three. That one's off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded by the Tarpons. Jason Lowe puts that turnaround jumper and good. 21-11, 10-point Tarpon lead. They've been in control from the get-go. And again, the big storyline early was Villarreal leaving the game, but able to come back. Minimum impact in this one. Bobcats trail by 10, trying to chip away. That three-pointer is no good. Back come the Tarpons, really controlling the offensive boards and the tempo through that first quarter. And back they come. Rinza with the ball. Going to be guarded by Villarreal. Daniel Rinza, one of the better players in the area and arguably the Valley. Medina will stay into the game.
Give a shout out to former Port Isabel Tarpon, Brendan Pinkerton watching from Austin, rooting for the Tarpons tonight, and his brother.
There's his brother right there, Cole Pinkerton. He's averaging 14.7 points per game, 6 boards. Pinkerton second on the team in scoring behind Ritza, who's averaging 17. Strong move to the hole by Pinkerton.
He kind of lulled him to sleep that time and got to the baseline, and then he's certainly capable of finishing with that strong layup.
Juarez with the ball. Vasquez, Villarreal, turnaround jumper, no good. Full court pass there. Driving is Medina. He'll get fouled. Almost had himself an and one.
You like the hustle of Medina. On the other side, he's drawn the assignment of being the man-to-man against Jabez Villarreal as the Tarpons are going for more or less a box and one. They're chasing Villarreal, and Medina has that. A lot of times you'll see a defender expend all their energy down on that side of the court. He's not doing that. He got down the court. He earns a trip to the line.
Medina made his first free throw. Now Ethan Jeremiah will check into the ball game. CJ Leal will catch a breather. Medina's second free throw in and out of the rim. 6:10 left in the first quarter, 24-11. Hazelton's squad with the lead. Villarreal with the ball, kicks this one out to Ayala. Ayala back to Villarreal. Out over to Juarez. That one's picked away by the Tarpons, and here they come as Medina. Pass inside, good, off the glass. Daniel Rinza, and this crowd loves it.
And a foul, Rinza. Nice heads-up pass to spot Rinza on the fly. He went up intending to make the shot first. Kevin, you talk about that so often. Does a guy go up to get fouled? Does a guy go up to score? Rinza was looking to score. If he gets the N1, great. If not, 2 points, he gets a chance for 3.
5:50 left in the first half. Rinza's free throws off the mark. 26-11, biggest lead of the night for the Tarpons. As we're approaching the 8:30 hour here in Deep South Texas. That three-pointer is good. Friendly roll from Ivan Juarez. Rio Hondo needed a bucket and they got one there. Rinza thought about the three, out to Lozano. Nice crossover, move to the basket, floater. Just in and out of the rim. Villarreal with the ball. 2-on-2 here. Rio Hondo trying to push it. Villarreal to the hole. Strong move from Jabez Villarreal.
Almost got that ball hung on his hip, but had the athleticism to get in the air, adjust the shot, use the glass.
Shout out to my uncle and aunt tuning in from Maryland. Uncle Rudy and Aunt Jennifer.
Ooh, they'll call a travel on Pinkerton. That's not going to get the visiting side very happy, Kevin.
They are tuning in from Bel Air, Maryland. They're a long ways
Maryland
off.
to California and all points in between.
East to west, coast to coast, baby. 10-point Tarpon lead. 4:55 left in the first half. Bobcats trying to claw their way back into this one. That pass inside, count it, and the foul. Daniel Garcia, all of a sudden, momentum swinging back in favor of the Bobcats.
Second time that Garcia has shown some real muscle on the post. First of all, establish the fact that I'm open, catch the ball, get to the glass, in this case, get to the line.
So a timeout on the floor taken by Mike Alvarez. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take a timeout up here. Bobcats coming back in this one. You're watching Real Sports Live.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
Welcome back to Rio Hondo. Kevin Aro alongside Joe Bowling and Rudy Zamaripa, who's flirting with whether he wants to jump onto this
Tell you fans right now, he's got a headset on and the microphone is keyed up. So Rudy Zamaripa is getting closer to getting in the mix.
Free throws off the mark. He can definitely provide some player perspective.
If his dad's watching, give him some grief if he doesn't talk tonight when you get home, Rudy Sr.
He can definitely provide some insight when it comes to basketball. Way much more than I can. Of course, Rudy was He played basketball for the great Johnny Cipriano. So the Tarpons with the ball, with the lead, trying to weather this comeback here. My goodness, the second someone makes some contact, these fans are looking for the call.
Well, that time it was a pretty easy call. You know, you're posting up on the blocks, outside the blocks, but Sam Chapa still had the position. And the only thing you could do as a defender is leap over the back, and easy call.
Pinkerton to inbound the ball. This pass kicked out to Greenson. He'll get fouled hard on his way to the line. So Lozano, Pinkerton, Greenson in the game for Port Isabel, along with Josue Navarro and Caden Martinez. Those are the boys on the floor for the Tarpons.
Wasn't sure Sam Chop was going to be able to find someone to pass to. He caught that pass under the basket. It was kind of teetering on that baseline. Rinza kind of bailed him out by cutting through the lane, but again, good pass.
Garcia Villarreal. Now checking into the game is CJ Leal. Juarez will catch a breather. Ethan Jaradiah in the ball game as well.
Rinza now 3 of 4 at the line.
Count that bucket back to a 10-point Tarpon lead. Here comes Real Hondo going from right to left. Villarreal with the ball. Out to Ayala, who also comes back into the game. Villarreal guarded by Brinza. Villarreal trying to find a lane. Swing pass out to Leal. Leal out to Ayala. That three-pointer's good. Jonathan Ayala, the try.
Beautiful pass. 2 shooters wide open. The extra pass is just dead in the corner. Three-pointer.
28-21. Bobcats slowly creeping their way back into this ball game. Pinkerton with the ball off the screen. Kicks this one out. That ball's trying to go off a Real Hondo Bobcat, but Leal is going to corral it. Here comes Real Hondo. Garcia looked as if he was going to be fouled on his way to the bucket. But
yeah, they'll call a charge, but it was simply because he was out of control. The players really defensively weren't set to take that charge, but he was so far out of control. The official blew the whistle, anticipating. I know officials don't like to be called on anticipation, but there were 2 guys backpedaling, and he was charging right into him, so thus the charge.
Lowe checks in, Navarro checks out. 3:17 left in the first half, 28-21. Tarpons with the lead. Pinkerton with the rock. Being guarded by Leal. Lozano trying to free him up, and does. Gets the ball, guarded by Ayala. Pinkerton had a shot, he's gonna take it. Not sure if that one, I'm not sure if that one went off of Jaradiah or not, and it did.
Well, it had to, Kevin.
It had to, because the way the
Cole Pinkerton is not going to miss a shot by 15 feet.
Right.
He launched that 3. He was saying that they hit his elbow, which is normally will affect a shot that bad.
And that's what it looked like, because the original call was going to go to Real Hondo, but it didn't. Now the ball will go to the Bobcats. And you're really hearing both sides of it now.
Adversity on the road. You're Port Isabel, you're up 7. You better be careful. You're going to let a team back in it.
Ayala loses track of the ball. Here comes Rinza. He'll break away, and that's an easy layup. 30-21 now the score. Turnovers like that, you can't afford to turn it over if you're Real Hondo and give Port Isabel easy buckets. Jabez with a floater gets the friendly roll. Answers right back.
What a soft touch off the drive for Villarreal.
Martinez with the ball, high off the glass and no good. Rebounded by Ayala, fighting for the ball, trying to break away, and it's going to be a jump ball called. Tarpons will maintain possession, and it's been a wild, wild first half, but what do you expect?
Jonathan Ayala that time got the rebound. He knew he was triple team. He had to be real physical trying to get out of that. Just couldn't get away to even find an outlet pass, got tied up.
30-23, Tarpons with the lead, and well, that had disaster written all over it.
Yeah, it was a kick ball on Lozano as he was trying to get the loose ball. Again, it was just one of those things. Who's going to get to it? Lozano's foot got there first.
2 minutes left in the half. 30-23. Tarpons with the lead. Jaradiah puts up a 3 off the side of the rim and no good. Back comes Port Isabel as Martinez. That long pass overthrown, and it's going to be a turnover intended for Jason Lowe.
talk to baseball players, or you talk to basketball players, use a baseball term.
Right.
Don't always go for the home run. That's a home run kind of pass. It gets some highlights if it gets there, but most times it doesn't.
Leal is going to slow things down, and in a wise move there, he'll hand it off to Villarreal, who's double teamed by Rinsan Lozano, back inside of Villarreal. There's a minute 39 left. This is a big possession here, Joe.
Yeah, score here if you're the Rio Hondo Bobcats and you can assure yourself you're going to be within single digits. You give it up here, you may be down double digits to close out the half.
Leal had a nice idea trying to get to the hole, but that's going to be a turnover back into the hands of Pinkerton. That pass inside and good. Jason Lowe comes off the bench. Minute 18. Bobcats need a bucket. Out to Leal. Examining the defense, kicks this one out to Ayala, guarded by Lozano. Over to the corner to Jerediah. Jabez back with the ball. Guarded closely by Rinsa, trying to make a move, kicks this to the outside. Over to Villarreal. That shot's up, off the rim and no good.
Villarreal that time forced that shot. He was hoping he'd get some contact on that. In a game like this, you know it's a physical game. You're not always going to get that automatic whistle. So wait, be a little more patient. That shot's available anytime.
Coming into the ball game for the Tarpons. We don't have a number one listed on the roster, Joe. We're gonna have to figure that out. I got this roster from Coach Pinkerton, so we're gonna have to.
You know who the best at that is at halftime ever?
Rudy Zamaripa.
He's the best.
Rudy Zamaripa.
He'll
baby.
have that name in a split second.
Pinkerton sent me this roster today, and I don't have a number one. He's checked in. We're gonna fix that, folks. Don't you worry. Villarreal with the ball. Bobcats looking to gain some steam as we head to the halfway point. Loses handles of the ball, and it'll stay with the Bobcats. And Tarpon fans here want that ball to be in the hands of the Tarpons, but they're not going to get it. Villarreal to inbound, 22 seconds left. CJ Leal with the ball, trying to make a move.
Wins at that time gamble. That's an instant reach and a foul. Now watching Jay Bez, that's the second trip in a row in which he's done something hoping for a whistle. And he's played a lot of travel ball. He's played in some physical games. You'll see some adjustments. He'll start going up to finish shots. He won't be looking to get the whistle as far as what the most positive thing would happen on a trip down the court. He'll look to score first.
Rinsa will take a seat. Back in the game is Gilbert Medina.
Leal now 2 of 3 at the free throw line. That's his only point scored. Head coach for PI, Coach Hazelton. Yes, sir, we know that.
What's that?
You're getting some grief by calling Coach Pinkerton. That's on the Rio Hondo side, folks.
Excuse me.
No, you're good.
32-25. What I was getting at was Pinkerton was checking out of the game. Deep three-pointer there off the front of the rim, no good. Second chance bucket is good. That's how the first half will come to an end. 34-25, Tarpons with the lead. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. Kevin Aro alongside Joe Bowling from Rio Hondo, Texas. Game 2 of the twin build. 34-25 Tarpons with the lead.
Daniel Renza leads away with 12 points for the Port Isabel Tarpons as they lead by 9 here. They led by double digits a couple of times in that first half. On the counterpart, 11 points for Jabez Villarreal. Only 2 players in double figures in this ball game. Villarreal went down with an ankle injury a minute into this game. Sat out for about a minute and a half, came back. So the two, what you would call premier scorers on these two teams, not disappointing, both in double figures in the first half.
I should have remembered. Coach Hazelton warned me, and I just remembered. The number 1 is actually number 11, Luis Martinez. There we go. He said, Kev, 1 is 11, Luis Martinez. That answers the question. Martinez was the one who had that bucket towards the end of the first half. And again, Joe, just as we were talking, Port Isabel and Rio Hondo are both 8-3 in district play. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. People are asking us what the call was.
You want to look at the replay? I've got it.
I don't know.
5 minutes left. We'll be right back after this.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Hi, we're Sherryland Rattlers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. Kevin Aro, Joe Bowling, and we're waiting for Rudy Zamaripa to give his 2 cents.
We're going to make him make his 2 cents. It was a box of one that was being played defensively by the Port Isabel Tarpons, and Rudy, it was working. So talk to me about what Jabez Villarreal has to do against that box and one.
He's going to go back up to camera duty. Come on, Rudo. Anyways, it's just funny how it's a beautiful thing, Joe. What we're doing is that, you know, the word gets around quick that, oh, hey, wait a minute. Zapata's beating Hidalgo. What's the score? Oh, yeah, you want to know the score? Tune right on in. We're streaming the game.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
We're at halftime here in a 9-point game. Again, we were talking about off the air, the Port Isabel Tarpons kind of control their own destiny more so than any of the other teams in this playoff mix in this district. Hidalgo's on top. Hidalgo, if they were to fall to Zapata tonight, they're still in control of that first place spot, even with a loss tonight. But the Port Isabel Tarpons have the ability to move up the ladder and secure the 2 spot on their own merits. Win here, win Friday against Zapata, and they secure that 2 spot at worst. Then you start looking for some help. But right here, this Rio Hondo team has got to come back in this ball game because of the fact that you don't want to fall down the standings in this district and drop into that 4 spot, because Senton's in the 2 spot, West Oso's in the 3 spot, Kingsville's there, but Rockport, Fulton, my friends, real deal number 1 seed. You don't want to play them.
Yeah, it's right here. Rockport's number 1, Sinton's 2, Kingsville's 3, Ingleside's 4, West Oso jockeying for that 5th spot. So
Ingleside, West Oso West Oso owns a victory over Ingleside, and they play Friday. That'll decide that.
Yeah, there's a lot of shuffling to be decided, and again, Rio Hondo seems, they really haven't peaked quite just yet. They pick up a win, a huge win against Port Isabel. They lose on the road to Zapata, and they come back home and they have an opportunity to beat Port Isabel here at home and complete a rare season sweep. So I just feel like this Rio Hondo team I feel like they're a wet engine. It takes them a little bit of time to get clicking.
So you asked, where's the consistency?
Right.
Where's it at from start to finish, and then from game to game?
Right, and you're 8-3, and that's beautiful, but at the same time, you want to look for that consistency. So again, a couple of shout-outs. To my Uncle George in Michigan. It's actually his birthday today, so happy birthday to him. And Tony and Eddie, my cousins, tuning in from, I'm going to guess they're in Deckerville. If not, they're in Carsonville. Either way, neighboring cities up north in Michigan. So there you go, Michigan, Maryland, California. All the folks tuning in. Back to the action here in Rio Hondo. Bobcats now going from left to right. CJ Leal with the ball out to Jabez Villarreal. Bounce pass inside out to Leal. Leal out to Ayala. Cross court pass to Villarreal. Ethan Jeradiah back out to Villarreal. Guarded by Rinza. 34-25 ball game. Kevin Aro alongside Joe Bowling. Coming to you live from Rio Hondo, Texas. Game 2 of the doubleheader. The girls action. The Lady Bobcats took care of business and improved their district record to 12-2 and overall 28-6. Coach Vic Salceda has the Lady Bobcats rolling on all cylinders. Bobcats trying to chip their way back into this one. Basket's no good, just off the side of the rim. Back come the Tarpons with their first possession of the second half. Lozano had himself a first half, hitting a couple of big threes. In fact, he hit back-to-back threes, and that second straight three, he certainly got the crowd going. Cole Pinkerton directing the offense. 6:45, early stages of the third quarter, guarded by Leal. Lozano with the ball. Out to Rinza. Rinza thought about the shot, kicks it out, back inside to Rinza. Nice pass! Caden Martinez and Rinza were on the same page on that one, Joe. Beautifully done.
Rinza now with 14 points, leads his team in scoring, but he got a terrific assist.
Jeradiah for 3 off the side and no good. Rebounded by the Tarpons, and here they come. Pass inside to Lowe. That layup is no good. Back comes Jeradiah. Over to Ayala, back outside to Jeradiah. Thought about the 3, kicks it inside. Pass outside to Jabez Villarreal. That 3-pointer is well off the mark, rebounded by Martinez. Long court pass picked off by Jabez, and a turnover from the Tarpons. Villarreal is going to take this one on his own. He'll get fouled on his way to the basket.
We'll go back 2 trips before when the Tarpons had a layup opportunity. Jason Lowe can throw that ball down. He should have thrown that ball down. Rudy's got a great video of him we're going to post on our social media if he hasn't done it already.
He already did.
He had a chance there to throw that down. Get up, you can do it. And throw it down. Finish that layup.
Now some house cleaning being done. So, Joe, as far as tomorrow goes, I'm projected to be At Brownsville Hannah, they host
6A, yeah.
They host Harlingen South. Coach Brian Molina's squad can clinch a playoff berth with a win. Hannah looking to stay alive in the playoff race. They're 2-5 mathematically. They're still alive. And this is what happens when you're in that six-team district, is where you're 2-5, but you're still alive in the playoff race. So essentially, Coach Lucio's squad is in playoff mode.
Yeah, absolutely. It's win and you're still alive, not a win and you're in. For Harlingen South, win and you're in.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Good stakes on that one. It's well worth the coverage.
Back comes Rinza. Nice move inside by Martinez. Caden Martinez.
5 points now in the game for Martinez. That's the first time he scored off a shot. He had 3 free throws coming into that. That's a good finish.
38-25. Ayala with the ball. Out to Ethan Jaradiah.
Everything now operating out near the volleyball line on the offensive end for Rio Hondo. You need some movement away from the ball. They'll let you play catch out there all night long.
Pass outside to Jaradiah. Out to Villarreal. Throw this one inside to Leal. Off the glass and good.
Right on cue. CJ Leal cuts baseline. Jabez Villarreal spots him. Layup.
And an easy 2 for the home team. Back comes Caden Martinez. Bounce pass inside. Had his man, Jason Lowe, unable to haul it in. Otherwise, that would have been 2 points. Strong pass inside. Daniel Garcia was looking for the easy 2.
Garcia that time was battling with Caden Martinez.
Pinkerton passes this one up to Lozano. Lozano to Martinez. Kicks this one out to Brinksop for 3. Bang!
Inside, outside. Shooters camped out. Catch and shoot. Rinza on the finish.
Jabez going to drive this one in. Floater off the back of the rim and no good. Going to be out of bounds and off Pinkerton's shoe, and it'll be Bobcat basketball.
Look there, without them moving, 4 players outside the paint, 3 of them outside the arc as Jabez Villarreal attacked in that paint.
Leal will put up a 3. Good. Bobcats answering back, and it's cut back to 11. 41-30. Tarpons with the lead. Lozano with the ball. Out to Martinez. 3:54 in a rather fast-paced third quarter. And again, these two teams slugging it out here. Lozano with a nice move, a little shimmy move, and the three-pointer is off the mark. Leal turns this one right over to Brinsa. Pinkerton with the ball. Kicks this one out to Brinsa. Stop and pop. Good!
Confidence. Splash off the dribble. Daniel Rinza.
Nice crossover move by Ayala. Leal, who just hit a 3, guarded by Brinsa. Kicks this one out to Ayala. Has Jaradiah to his left. That floater is well off the mark. Rebounded by Lozano. Pushed up to Pinkerton. 43-33 minutes left in the third quarter. Tarpons with the lead, working it inside. Off the glass and good. Gilbert Medina, these Tarpons, plenty of weapons.
Pinkerton put him on his hip and rolled him right into the goal and then kissed it off the glass with a nice strong finish.
Leal with an aggressive move to the hole. 2:52 left here in Rio Hondo. Do you know where you're going yet, Joe?
I've not figured that out yet. Rudy hasn't given me a good, clear view.
Basketball, yes, Rudy.
CJ Leal hits another free throw.
I think Rudy.
Now 3 of 4. Yeah, I have a chance to go up and do a girls game tomorrow in the Coastal Bend if we head in that direction. There's also a blockbuster game in the Coastal Bend as we're trying to expand the coverage up there. Number 1 and 2 in the Coastal Bend in that district at the 5A level. And that is Ray versus Vets. That's number 1 and 2 in the district. Squaring off.
And that's tomorrow night?
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
If I can get it cleared through the CCISD, I'll be there.
Yeah, I think that's where you ought to be tomorrow night. That's a big-time basketball game. Meanwhile, the Bobcats are running out of time. Here late in the third quarter, they trail 45-32. And a travel call. It'll be Port Isabel basketball. Rings out an inbound to Lozano. Lozano, Pinkerton on the floor. Brinza, Martinez, and Lowe all on the floor. Pinkerton thought about the three. That ball is going to be picked by the Bobcats. Here comes C.J. Leal on the other end. Turnaround move, count it, and the foul. Daniel Garcia with a nice move.
How many times do I have to say Daniel Garcia with another strong move, that time the spin move on the baseline. Strength to get up in the air, kiss it up glass, get back to the line.
Before the score. Free throw is good, completes the three-point play. 45-35. It seems as if the magic number is 10 for Rio Hondo. That's as close as they've gotten all night. Lozano with the ball. Tarpon's looking to slow things down. They lead by 10. Out to Pinkerton. Again, the Tarpons slowing things down, setting up the screen as Lozano comes off it.
Pinkerton will get to the line for the Port Isabel Tarpons. They spread the floor well. They move the ball around a lot. 4-point game at halftime in Hidalgo. Now Hidalgo has taken the lead in that one over Zapata.
What quarter are they in there?
Halftime.
Halftime, okay. Second free throw from Pinkerton is good. Back up to an 11-point Tarpon lead. Villarreal put up a deep three, bang! Jabez Villarreal with a big three-pointer, and all of a sudden, Rio Hondo, again, climbing their way back into this ball game.
At some point in time, a scorer just says, it's time.
Flip the switch, right? Pinkerton backing down, hands this one off to Brinza. He puts that awkward-looking shot up and good. Whew. Wow. Daniel Rinza with a circus move, showing off the strength. Jabez wanted the ball. He's going to get it. Jumper, good. 5 straight points from Jabez Villarreal, and it's an 8-point game. And just like Joe said, when it's time, and a scorer can turn it on.
And both teams have prolific scorers capable of putting up big numbers in a hurry.
They're going to call a travel on Dennis Lozano.
What a nice response by Rio Hondo here to close out the third quarter. A minute and a half left. They were down 14, and now you look up 32 seconds to go. Cut it to 6 or maybe even 5.
The clock will start running as soon as Leal gets his hand on the rock, and does. Ayala with the ball. Out to Villarreal. Kicks it out to the corner to Garcia. Driving to the lane. Bucket no good. Excuse me, that was Ivan Juarez with the ball. So Juarez in the game, wearing the number 10. Garcia is 12. Ball almost stolen away by the Tarpons. Kicks this one out. That three-pointer's up and off the mark by Juarez. 10 seconds and counting, and the Tarpons have a shot for the last shot of the quarter. Pinkerton trying to drive to the hole. Strong move. He'll get fouled with 1 second.
Well, Pinkerton knew there was going to be some contact coming. I wasn't sure he was expecting a cross-check through the goal crease there. Use a hockey term. Gets up for the free throws.
Pinkerton's free throw is good.
3 of 3 at the line for Cole Pinkerton tonight.
Jason Lowe comes in. Gilbert Medina will check out. A shot to make it a 10-point game. And that's how the third quarter will come to an end. As we head to the fourth quarter, Port Isabel 49, Rio Hondo 40. You are watching Rio Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. Kevin Aro alongside Joe Bowling. 49-40. Tarpons with the lead. Final quarter here in Rio Hondo. Tarpons looking ahead into the postseason with some momentum. 2 games left on the schedule, Joe. And, you know, we were talking about that district, the potential by-district round, with Rockport Fulton sitting atop the district, followed by Sinton, Kingsville, Ingleside, and then West Oso trying to stay alive in that playoff race. And this is a big deal for Rio Hondo, because if you lose this game, all of a sudden, the by-district round gets a lot harder.
Yeah, you may be a 4 seed having to take on a Rockport Fulton.
Lozano's bucket is no good. Second chance points from Jason Lowe. Back up to an 11-point lead. 51-40, 7:28 in the fourth quarter. Ayala with the ball. CJ Leal also in the game. Jerediah Villarreal and Garcia all back into the game. Those are the Rio Hondo starters. Ayala, that's going to be a travel.
You could see there was some confusion that time on the Rio Hondo offense. Jabez Villarreal decided to post up that time, and so the guards were kind of awkward who was going to take control of the ball, and thus the travel. Villarreal was posting up, taking Rinza inside. There was plenty of guys sagging in. Shooters were available. Got to let those shots go.
51-40 the lead, and a very unorthodox possession there from Port Isabel. It's going to be a charge. Jabez Villarreal took the charge there for the Bobcats. Back comes Rio Hondo trailing by 11. Can't seem to way to fully chip away in this ball game. It seems as if every time they inch closer, PI has an answer. Pass across court, stolen away by Rinza.
That won't go in a stat book, but Cole Pinkerton that time bodied his man all the way out to the sideline, forced that turnover on the pass.
Shout out going back at home, Julian Juarez. They're tuning in back at home, just like the good old days.
Welcome back to the microphone, my friend. It's been a while.
Yes, sir.
Long time
Tarpons
coming.
Tarpons with the ball in offense. Pinkerton with the ball. 6:20 left in this one. Pinkerton dishes this one inside. That ball is blocked by Leal, but they're going to call a foul.
That time you could see the Tarpons took a little bit off the accelerator as far as slowing the pace down. It wasn't a delay game as far as let's just outright stall. That was a delay the game by spacing the floor. Pinkerton went baseline. That's a dangerous way to do that, to go out of bounds, expecting to throw the ball back in. Because once you leave your feet, you're heading out of bounds. And if you don't have that cutter going through there, you got to throw that ball up for grabs.
Lowe's free throw is good. Second one on the way. Count it. Back up to a 13-point Tarpon lead, and back comes Rio Hondo. Jabez Villarreal with the ball. Looking to make something happen. If they're going to want to go on a run, it's going to have to start now. Leal with the 3. Count it.
That'll help.
There you go. Brinza with the ball. Second chance points good. Brinza gets his own rebound there, kind of doing it all.
Had 12 points in the first half. He's got 20 now in the game.
Driving inside is Garcia.
Jabez Villarreal with 16 points. Daniel Renza again with 20. At the line, Daniel Garcia, he's got 5 points in the game. 2 of 4 from the line.
So be sure to follow us on the social media sites. Give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Real Sports Live, and give us a like on Instagram as well.
And fans, I'm going to throw it out there right now. If playoffs were to start, and they're going to start next week, we have 0 sponsorship yet for playoff basketball. They hit us for $200 a pop per game. We need some sponsors to step up and help carry our coverage into the playoffs for boys and girls.
You know, and it's here, and it's going to be here in a hurry. We're reaching the final week and a half of the regular season. So we'll go ahead and stay on board, and we'll go ahead and talk about what's to come in the playoffs. And again, Joe, you mentioned that sponsorship's a big deal.
Yeah, I talk
playoffs.
about it so often when we're running the commercials that's the way we fund this thing. And with the additions that we've brought on, some high caliber individuals capable of covering sports, we have the systems in place and the personnel in place to go out and cover playoffs like we never have before. With just outright great broadcasting abilities. But again, I'm telling you, it's not my number. I don't make this number up. It's dictated to me by the UIL and by NFHS, who control the rights. $200 per game, I can obtain the rights to broadcast our games. We've got some high-powered girls teams that are going to advance into the playoffs starting next week. Boys games, you're seeing 2 right here that are in the playoffs. They're going to be in the playoffs, and we could certainly go cover them. But again, I'm going to beat this dead horse until we get the magazine up and running and or the sponsorship on Rio Sports for playoffs. I've got regular season covered. You see the number of games we cover on a regular season. These playoffs is another monster, and it could break us in a hurry here on Rio Sports Live at $200 a game per round.
Yeah, when you start talking about the Santa Rosas, San Perlita, Port Isabel, a team that's starting to peak and they are expecting a deep playoff run into the month of March. The Harlingen Lady Cardinals, McAllen Memorial, Edinburgh High.
And I'm going to tell you right now, Kevin, one last thing. I'm going to do the same thing I've done the past 3 years. The first check that comes in that tells me I'm sponsoring this team, I guarantee you that team's getting covered at least the first round. And that's the way it worked. Last year we had San Perlita, San Isidro, Harlingen. People stepped up late in the game, but checks came in and we covered those games. We'll do the same thing this year.
Absolutely. So back to the action and a 10-point Tarpon lead, clock ticking away on a possible comeback for the home team. Mike Alvarez trying to encourage his troops. That pass inside. That bucket is good. Daniel Garcia, he's had himself a ball game tonight along with Villarreal. The question was, who was going to step up, and Garcia has answered the bell.
You got to draw a line in the sand right now if you're Rio Hondo. You were down double digits. Now it's single digits. Line in the sand. I'm at home. I want to win this game. Turn it up right here.
Absolutely, and they're going to need a stop or two here on defense. Haven't had an answer so far tonight for Rinsa.
Different approach now by Port Isabel. Last time down, I talked about them delaying the game by staying wide. Now you're seeing just a 3-guard set on top. This is a distinct delay, looking for layups, as is the case right there.
Pinkerton will go to the line, 4:28 left in the ball game. Now you get into a point where free throws are going to become crucial.
Free throw shooting by the Port Isabel Tarpons. First of all, Pinkerton's been there a lot. He's 3 of 4 from the line. Daniel Renza, 4 of 5. And Martinez is 3 of 4. So good shooting thus far by the Tarpons, and Pinkerton hits another.
So again, be sure to follow us on social media. Give us a like on Facebook, Real Sports Live. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, also on Real Sports Live. And really starting to push the bill there when it comes to social media.
We want to get to 20,000 on Facebook, a number I did not think we'd achieve in 6 or 7 years. We're just starting year 3, and we're going to get to 20,000 within the next month or 2.
Ethan Gerardio with a wide open 3. That one's off the mark, rebounded by Ayala. Double teamed by Pinkerton and Lowe. Second chance points, good. CJ Leal with a big time 3-pointer, 7-point game.
Now you need to stop if you're Rio Hondo.
Here comes a three-pointer. Pinkerton off the mark. That would have been a dagger there. Rio Hondo, though, with an opportunity to close the gap. Here comes Ayala. Pass inside. That shot's up off the mark. Out of the hands of Jeremiah, who almost had that offensive board. Back comes Rinsa, full court pass. Down, layup, and good. Jason Lowe. I think he's being nice, Joe.
Should have thrown that down too, Kevin.
59-50.
I see a guy dunking in warm-ups. I want him to dunk in the game.
Turnover there and a crucial one late. Tarpon fans eager, encourage him to slow it down. There's the turnover. They didn't want to see Ayala to the hole high off the glass. No good. Ayala trying to get the ball back. Tarpon fans were encouraging their boys to slow it down.
Yeah, they got a 9-point lead, and they wanted to take some time off the clock. And again, you don't have to go into an outright delay game in which you take all the time off the clock. But if you take 20, 30 seconds per trip off the court, shortens the game real quick. Free throw opportunity coming up for the Bobcats.
Jeremiah's free throw off the mark, rebounded by Villarreal. Turnaround jumper, doesn't get the roll. Rebounded by Martinez, out to Lozano, back to Rinta. 3 minutes left in this one. Tarpons lead by 9 on the road, looking to split the regular season series against their rival Rio Hondo, 2:53. Pinkerton with the ball, being guarded by Leal. He's going to toss this one up to Lozano. He's going to take it in. Bounce pass inside. Blocked by Jabez. Back comes the Bobcats' Jeremiah. Out to Villarreal. Villarreal with a beautiful spin move. Nice move high off the glass. Doesn't get the roll. Garcia almost had that offensive board. Clock ticking away. Here in Rio Hondo, 9-point Tarpon lead. Strong move to the hole. Gets the friendly roll. Daniel Rinsa has his home crowd on their feet. 61-50, back to an 11-point game. Leal will put up a three. Bang!
Leal's not giving up. That's his 4th three-pointer of the game. Still 2 minutes left.
Pinkerton driving to the hole. Blocked! Jabez Villarreal. Woo!
You talk about elevating his game right here.
Left hook, right hook, left hook.
Can they get the stop, though? It's just a big block shot, but possession needs to be a stop. There it is.
Back comes Rio Hondo. Leal with the ball, loses the handle. It will stay with Rio Hondo.
Well, Lozano had a good argument there. It looked like he knocked that off of a Rio Hondo player. Dennis Lozano was walking away, but he had a good case.
Villarreal to inbound it. Ayala puts up a three. Count it! 61-56. I feel like we're ringside at a boxing match.
Well, if it is, the official just sent them to their corners for a standing 10. We'll be right back.
Southwest Hub, we're watching Real Sports Live. Jay's up!
Hacienda Ford. Hacienda has it. Has what? Low monthly payments, a friendly buying process, and customer service like no other. It's simply a different way. It's a car buying experience you'll enjoy. With a huge Ford selection like Ford F-150s, Mustangs, Explorers, Escapes, the Ford Raptor, and a whole bunch more, buying a new Ford should be fun, and that's why we do it. Come see the difference at Hacienda Ford.
Hacienda has it.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Welcome back to Rio Hondo. There's that man, Jabez Villarreal, looking to push his team to a comeback. 61-56, a buck 39.
They'll commit a foul there. The Bobcats have a couple of fouls to give. That's just their 5th team foul of the second half. Minute 37 left. You can gamble here, try to get a steal. You commit a foul, no harm. 2-possession game.
Pinkerton inbounded the ball, and it was knocked away by, looks like there was Leal who knocked it away.
It was. CJ got a hand on that.
Yeah, he's that pass to Jason Lowe, and there's a turnover, a travel.
He caught the pass there, and he was trying to look down the sideline. He was being bodied up, Kevin, and he really never had any intentions of doing anything with the ball. He was just kind of waiting for someone to come. They kind of left him on an island there.
Big possession here from Rio Hondo, and that's going to be a costly turnover. Miscommunication, and it could not have come at a worse time.
Not on the same page at all.
Not good.
And in the defense of...
Oh, that was Daniel Garcia who was on the receiving end.
Like
turnover. Here comes Ayala. Spin move to the bucket, blocked by Rinsa. Ayala puts up a 3 off the mark, no good.
Rebound touch last by the Tarpon, so it is. They make a basket here. Rio Hondo is here down the stretch.
Couple of wild turn of events here.
Who are you looking for? Leal's hit some big shots. Of course, Jabez Villarreal.
Jabez inbounds the ball. Leal thought about the 3. He's going to take this one to the hole, finger roll, in and out of the rim, and no good. Under a minute to go, 57 seconds and counting. Tarpons with the ball. They lead 61-56. You talk about those last 2 possessions there, Joe. You have the turnover and the missed bucket.
Yeah, that shot through the lane, that's a real tough shot to make. You're coming through there, you're releasing it with one hand, kind of a finger roll fadeaway. Percentage of that going in, low.
Lozano with the ball, being guarded by Ayala. Back out to Pinkerton, trying to make a move. 43 seconds left in this one. Lozano with the ball. He's going to drive that one down the baseline, and he'll get fouled. 39 seconds left.
That's a 17 foul, so it's free throw shooting time for the Port Isabel Tarpons. You ask about Dennis Lozano, who hasn't been to the free throw line yet. He scored 8 points in the first half, hasn't scored here in the second. Really hasn't needed to. Thank you, Dan Zarinza. But he'll shoot some free throws and needs to make 2 to extend this to a 3-possession game.
Yeah, and there's only 39 seconds left in this one, so a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout up here. Tarpons looking to survive on the road. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
Stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Fort Mansfield, Texas.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live, and an entertaining one here in Rio Hondo as Dennis Lozano makes the first of 2 free throws, and a crucial one there.
Tarpons have hit 7 of 8 as a team here in the second half from the free throw line.
He makes both of them. 63-56. Tarpons staring down at a 9-3 district record. Bobcats are going to need to have something going good for them on offense here.
High post that time by Jabez Villarreal. He caught the ball. Renza fouled him before he made that move. Otherwise, Jabez may have been looking at an and one there.
Free throws good from Villarreal. 63-57. Anything can happen, and of course in basketball, 33 seconds is a lot of time. Makes both free throws. Jabez trying to poke the ball away from Brinza. 28 seconds left. That layup is up. No good. The ball's going to stay with Port Isabel.
Big fella was going to finish that time. Jason Lowe must have been listening to me at the halftime break. He was going for the rim.
He's lucky that the ball did not get turned over to Rio Hondo. That would have been a big-time turnover there. The ball will stay with the Tarpons.
They don't knock that out of his hands. That's a thunderous dunk with 2 hands.
Foul now on Caden Martinez.
Martinez heads to the line. Has he shot there? Yes. In the first half, he was 3 for 4. Hasn't shot a free throw in the second half.
.21 seconds left in the ball game. Free throw, no good. Off the mark, rebounded by the Bobcats. 19 seconds left. Leal with the ball. Out to Ayala to Villarreal. He's going to put up a 3. That one's well off the mark. Back to Jarediah. Back outside. That jumper's no good. Rebounded by Villarreal. Trying to keep this one alive. 4 seconds and a foul. And that will do it. Jason Lowe will go to the line.
Well, the Bobcats certainly had their opportunities there that trip down. They had the long 3 attempt. Not sure you needed a 3 after that, although they kicked it out looking for a 3. 2-possession game, never got the basket, and you're right, Jason Lowe can seal this right now.
Coach Hazelton encouraging his defense to get back, so 3 seconds left in this one. Tarpons lead 63-58. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. Kevin Harrow alongside Joe Bowling. Looks like the comeback bid will fall short here tonight. And Rio Hondo with Jason Lowe at the free throw line, looking to seal the deal in this one. Free throw no good, and Leal will just put this one up. Missed it, and that'll be the ball game. Final score from Rio Hondo, Port Isabel 63, Rio Hondo 58. Tarpons improved to 9-3 in district play and are now 24-8 on the year. Bobcats fall to 19-13 and are 8-4 in district play.
Rio Hondo instantly becomes Zapata fans on Friday.
Right.
Zapata right now trails by 1. That is if Zapata falls tonight. Rio Hondo right now is rooting for Hidalgo, and they'll be Zapata fans on Friday. Leading scorers tonight in this ball game, Jabez Villarreal finished for Rio Hondo. 18 points, but the leading scorer of all tonight was Daniel Rinza. He's our Hacienda. He has it, player of the game.
Absolutely.
Finishes with 22 points to lead the Tarpons in a victory tonight on the road.
You have to imagine that Coach Pinkerton was going to have his team ready to go.
By the way, Zapata just took the lead against Hidalgo.
There you go. Coach Hazelton, was going to have his team ready to go, especially on the road. And it's a big win for Port Isabel with 2 games left in the regular season. You want to start to hit your stride, and this is a team that had some question marks midway through the season. And if these Tarpons are clicking at the right time, watch out, they could be playing in March.
Yeah, they've got back-to-back victories over teams that are atop the standings. They knocked off Hidalgo. They're tied here with Rio Hondo. They complete the sweep on the season, or check that they split now with Rio Hondo. And so now they eye their Friday game against Zapata. And again, Zapata now up by 3 against Hidalgo with the ball in their hands in the 4th. That's a wild finish. J.R. Gully has the call on that one. He sure is glad he volunteered to go do that game. But Kevin, this Tarpon team, I had them picked preseason as one of my top teams that I thought would advance in the playoffs. I thought they had the right mix of physical players. They had some shooters, and then they had Daniel Rinza, who was capable of being at times a prolific scorer. Dennis Lozano, when he plays the point guard position, looking to distribute first and score his points, this team takes it to another level.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, you had Lowe working inside. They've got the right mix, inside, outside. Pinkerton playing defense, also getting back and running the offense in the flow. You just look up and down. Players, depth, height, shooters, they're coming to life, and they're getting good at the right time.
I think Lozano really got this offense going early on, hit a couple big threes, even hit back-to-back threes, and just for a minute there, it looked like Villarreal's availability throughout the game was going to be in question, but the senior definitely gutted it out and put together a strong performance. But if you're Rio Hondo, you're going to finish with Progreso and La Feria, 2 winnable games down the stretch, so you're 8-4 now. You can look at a 10-4 record and then kind of see where you're going to finish at and then see who your opponents are. And they're looking at maybe Sinton and Kingsville. But nonetheless, we know they're in the playoffs. Port Isabel's in the playoffs. But again, the Tarpons can still win this district with some help, and that started here tonight.
It did. And again, the Tarpons right now are rooting for Zapata. The Bobcats right now are rooting for Hidalgo. And then the Bobcats will become huge Zapata fans if that plays out. Because if they take care of business and win their final 2 games, Zapata knocks off Port Isabel, and everyone wins the games they're supposed to. 3 teams tied with the same record will all have beaten each other in head-to-head competition, and it's a mess to figure out 2, 3, and 4 in this district.
Yes, sir. That'll wrap things up here from Rio Hondo. So the girls on the girls' side, Lady Bobcats get the win. On the boys' side, the Tarpons avenge their early season loss, split the season series. For Kevin Aro, Joe Bowling saying so long and good night from Rio Hondo.